Greetings to all and sundry, Chancellor North Wales here. Really, this is just a bit of an update. Time for another Chancellor's View and saying what's been going on, why I've been so quiet and all the rest of it. So firstly, reason for my absence. Well, quite simply, nothing dramatic. Just I've been spending more time with my wife. Simple as that. She's all right. It's been more a case of rather than coming home and hiding away in the man cave. It's all well and good to be to be perfectly fair. I've been coming down, sitting in the lounge, and spending time with my missus. And dare I say it, I've even been engaging in such unknown activities as watching and, I hate to admit this, enjoying the Great British Bake Off and things like that. Is that a sign of old age? I don't know. Anyway, so I've been spending more time with the missus. I've been doing a lot more running around because my eldest daughter now's got a part-time job and she needs picking up from there, often at silly times in the evening. And that all seems to eat away at the at man cave time. I have taken the opportunity, I suppose, to when I have had opportunities to revisit some of my old sci-fi interests and digging into some of that again. Watching things like Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex and other bits and pieces. So it's been more down to a shift. Well, now that summer is at an end, autumn is kicking in, and my wife is turning around and saying, "Haven't you got a kit to build?" I'm finding my way back into the man cave. So rather to get myself into it, I didn't feel like carrying on with the fullback just yet. I wanted something nice and light, so I grabbed this one out of my stash. A MiG 17, nice straightforward kit. Nothing fancy about it. Exactly my kind of model. Probably looks like there's some fit issues, filler, and all the rest of it. All the rest of it. Cockpit aperture is quite small, so I'm not going to go too to town on the interior. Basically, it's just to get a nice metallic jet out there with Polish Air Force markings. So on other things, on the war games front, again, I found myself, though when I do get the opportunity to play, it tends to be I'm playing X-Wing, so it's ready painted stuff. I tend to find myself doing more admin than anything else, getting into the club, sorting out the club finances, collecting the subs, and then going home, normally to crash out or something like that. So even on that side, it's not been at the levels I'm more familiar with. Still monumentally busy at work and undertaking additional things, but we all have to do things like that. Up the amount of teaching I do, still out on the streets with the Wrexham Street pastors, having some fun out there and interesting encounters to say the least. So I will be going to the Telford Model Show, so hopefully see some of you guys there. I've spoken to my wife about her trundling along, but she'll probably go off into Wrexham, the shopping centre. If that's such a good thing or bad thing, really. So, but definitely aiming to get to Telford. Don't intend to add many kits to the stash, one or two at most, considering how few I've taken out of my stash. I've been following builds. I've been following other people's projects, occasionally commenting as well. Nice to see what's going on out there. And I do apologise, guys, that I have been so much quieter to what I'm used to. Ironically, I've been more on Facebook because I can use that while I'm on my phone in the lounge with the missus. I do talk to her as well. Anyway, that's more of a little update. I hope you're all well. I can see that there's still plenty of builds, projects, group builds, and all the other wonderful stuff going on out there. Some of the old regulars seem to have faded a bit as well, but everything runs in a cycle. So as much as anything, this is to say I've not fallen off the end of the modelling bench. I've not chucked in my my file and my paintbrush. I've just been, ironically, spending more time on other things, on family related things. Nothing bad about that though. So you will see a build vid coming up for the MiG-17. That'll be a nice, easy one for me. And until then, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope that you're all having peaceful, safe time of it. So until then, all the best. Chancellor North Wales.